Barnaby's Big Baking Adventure. Deep inside a cozy, spark-filled cave lived Barnaby. Barnaby was a very friendly dragon who loved two things: shiny gold coins and fluffy, sweet treats. Today, Barnaby had a big idea. "I want to bake the fluffiest cupcakes in the whole world," he puffed happily. Just then, a tiny friend named Pip scurried into the kitchen. Pip was a very small mouse who knew everything about cooking. He carried a heavy, dusty cookbook that was almost as big as he was. "I can help you, Barnaby," Pip squeaked with a brave smile. Barnaby reached out to grab a silver measuring spoon. But Barnaby was very big, and the spoon was very small. He had to be very, very careful. He squinted his eyes and tried to pinch the tiny handle with his giant green claws. "Now for the flour," Pip shouted. Pip climbed up onto a tall stool and tipped a large bag of white flour into the bowl. Barnaby leaned in close to watch the white powder fall like soft winter snow. Suddenly, a tiny bit of flour tickled Barnaby's nose. His nostrils wiggled. His tail twitched. Achoo! Barnaby let out a dragon-sized sneeze. Poof! A giant cloud of white flour filled the entire kitchen. When the dust settled, Barnaby was white from his horns to his tail. He looked like a giant powdered donut. Pip laughed and used a tiny broom to brush some flour off Barnaby's snout. "Don't worry," Pip said. "Every great baker makes a mess." It was time to stir. Barnaby took a long wooden spoon and began to swirl the batter. He was very gentle now. He watched the yellow butter and white sugar turn into a smooth, creamy swirl. "It looks like magic," Barnaby whispered. "Dragons don't need ovens." Barnaby took a deep breath and puckered his lips. Instead of a big fire, he blew a tiny, glowing orange flame. Whoosh! He carefully warmed the cupcake tin until the batter began to rise and smell like vanilla. Once the cupcakes were cool, it was time for the best part: sprinkles. Barnaby and Pip worked together to pile high mounds of bright blue frosting on every cake. They shook jars of rainbow sprinkles until the kitchen glittered like a treasure chest. "We did it!" Barnaby cheered, his tail wagging with joy. He picked up a cupcake with his claws, and Pip held a tiny one in his paws. They took a big bite at the exact same time. It was the sweetest, fluffiest, best adventure